sometime.
Yeah, right now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another GameItAll.com podcast. My name's Lucas Grimm.
Hey, what up? It's Pino 25.
I'm Fatter Phil.
All right. Welcome to episode 78 for the week of August 12th. Also, this episode is brought to you by HostGator. Use our coupon code GameItAll at checkout, and for your first payment, you get 25% off.
Oh, hell yeah. Can't go wrong with saving money.
All right. Let's jump into things here because it's been an interesting week in terms of gaming news.
Been pretty slow.
Slow, but what we got was interesting.
Yeah.
One of the major things was the Paris Olympics, the Olympics that's going to be happening in 2024. There is the slight chance, that we are going to have eSports.
Yes.
That is very interesting for multiple different reasons, because we have people that are just split right down the middle on, is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing?
I'm not surprised, but it's bizarre. No surprises whatsoever.
To be quite honest, I think it's about time that they recognize something like that, because there is a physical aspect to esports. Because if you're the younger you are, the better you are at it, because obviously your reflex times is up. But the thing is most esports people retire around the mid-20s because they just can't do them clicks per minute anymore.
That's very true.
Look at people. Look at way back when people. Well, look at people playing StarCraft. How quick they go.
It's the same deal.
Yeah, every couple of years, it's always new people coming into the game, and
also you got team competition.
Yeah, there's a lot of benefits. Like, let's just go through. Like, we have all the reflexes and how clicks per minute, everything that people are doing through that. That is fucking amazing. You see, what's been the record for that, or the average almost? It's about 120 clicks per minute, or
a crap load. Retarded.
It's fucking ridiculous. And aside from that, you have the team aspect where, communication is a major thing with esports, trying to make sure you're working together, you're well-formed. That's exactly what most of the Olympic sports have been, aside from the individual ones where it's diving and some sort of racing. It's been focus as a team, work as a team, and you win.
Well, and I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised that they would bring on some of the teams that are already established, because if you look at the Olympics in general, usually the hockey team, the basketball team, and whatnot, they usually bring over actual professional athletes to play the game for their countries.
To me,
I wouldn't be surprised.
The long and the short of it is, esports does have enough of a physical aspect to it for it to qualify for the Olympics, even as a demonstration sport.
Yeah.
Because didn't chess was a demonstration sport once at the Olympics?
Way back.
Way back. Chess was in there, yeah.
What's the difference? The only difference is really chess is more purely a mental thing, whereas video games
hand-eye coordination
tend to do also a hand-eye coordination thing. Because trust me, man, there's some of it gets some deep strategy. Look at StarCraft players, man. They got to figure out how to react to opponents, things like that. It's all really important. I think I fully support it.
I'm leaning towards supporting it as well. I do understand the other side of the argument, though, that it's not really a sport. The
other side of the argument is wrong.
100%.
It's competitive. There's a physical and a mental aspect. It is a contest, and it is fair. At what point does that not qualify as a sport?
Yeah, because you have to practice and train.
You have to practice and train. there's teams. There's
okay.
Yeah, there's an aspect to it. Like, there's no way. It's yeah. There must be. There, yeah, it works. Like, I don't see anyone's argument being valid in that case. It's
okay. No.
It works. It meets all the criteria. How is it any different than? How's it any different than fucking hockey?
Contact. And,
or curling.
And
physical.
The contact happens on
ability.
the contact happens on the screen instead of on the field.
Okay, curling.
There's also the visibility. Well, there's the physical, like the physicalness, like the actual visibility that you have to.
Just because
much more.
Just because the physical exertion isn't an impact, a direct visual impact, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Because there is also a physical exertion to being mentally drained. Like, there is a physical exertion when you're clicking your mouse speeds at, like, the breakneck speeds of professional esports players go to. I mean, look at fucking... Look at the StarCraft players. How many fucking clicks a minute does the average, not the world champ StarCraft players, the average one get? That's superhuman. Like, that's just someone who has to train to get it.
Yeah.
So that means there is a physical aspect to it. There is a quote-unquote contact. It just so happens that all the action is on the screen and not on the field. It's still, you're still wearing down. It just happens to be your hands instead of, I don't know, doing a body check with your entire body. I'm not saying that it's dangerous. I'm not saying that it's more taxing than any other sport, but I'm saying there is a physical taxing aspect to it that could be considered an athletic.
Okay. No, I definitely see your point now. Yeah, I did bring up the just because we have the internet in front of us. I brought up the amount of actions per minute. Professional esports in South Korea average at 300 action per minute.
There you go.
And that's not even the good ones.
And then notable are 400. With one particular was Park Sun-jun, who is noted for 818 actions per minute.
That's
madness.
Crazy.
That is all just based on StarCraft.
Yeah, that's not to mention like LOL or fucking or Rocket League or anything else.
So that brings up my next point. What are we going to be seeing here?
I'm guessing LOL,
Whatever's...
maybe Overwatch, probably StarCraft 2. They want something with visibility, something that people will tune in to see, right?
Yeah,
because
something that's exciting.
Now, a lot of people are saying StarCraft is almost a guarantee to be in there.
Well, it's the grandfather of esports. It is the game that started it all.
Between that and Quake, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, those were the games.
So we definitely have that. We have StarCraft is pretty much going to be a notable that is in there. Everyone else is saying League of Legends or Dota 2, depending on which method they go through, who's going to pretty much pay the most money to be in it.
I personally think Rocket League would be great.
I think Rocket League has the opportunity to sit there, like to take that stance, especially when they do want to throw in a sports game. It's
action-packed, it's quick, it's exciting. You know, it requires a certain amount of skill.
And I definitely say that would work better than having, say, FIFA or Madden, because first off, we can just tune into the other channel and watch the soccer matches or the football. Football's not in
no.
Do you know what's even more boring than watching soccer? Watching video game soccer.
But this isn't 7 years from now. There's probably going to be something that's going to be massive at that point in time.
Yeah, that's true. If it came out today, we're definitely looking at StarCraft, either one of the major MOBAs, League of Legends, Dota.
No. fighting game.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
It's 2D side scroller.
The thing about a fighting game, though, is if they're going to use it, it has to be the most technically perfect fighting game of all time.
So,
like,
Street Fighter 3?
Yeah, like Garou,
Two.
Mark of the Wolf, maybe.
Street Fighter 3.
Just gonna whip out the old Neo Geo cabinet.
I downloaded both it and The Last Blade 2 last week, and I've been playing them nonstop. Just alternating between the two of them because those games are so fucking good. I had like $20 left, and Neo Geo was having a classic Neo Geo fighting game sale or something, and I picked up both of those. And I was like,
nice.
Let's see how good these are. And I'm like, sweet merciful Christ, I like these more than Street Fighter 3, and I liked Street Fighter 3 a lot.
Oh yeah,
and
it's SNK.
The other thing, I'm definitely seeing Overwatch as one of the major contenders for shooters. It's like we haven't had a full Overwatch League match, like eSports League, that's been started.
Well,
and it's already it's been going forward, but it's also the most technical shooter that we have at the moment for team-based play. And
it's only been out for a year.
Yeah, so that's part of the reason why we don't have like the major esports at it.
It's still new.
But it's one of the more technical ones that we have that we can actually move forward with.
But can it be balanced? Is it balanced enough? Or are there too many? Are there not enough top tier characters? Because unless there was enough top tier characters to fill two rosters with completely different characters, I don't think we'd see it competitive.
Yeah, we could see some CS.
I can't see it. I can't see Counter-Strike Go making that jump to Olympic standard.
Counter-Strike's too old, man. Too fucking old.
Valve needs to do something.
Valve is doing something, sadly.
Half-Life 3?
They're making money.
They are doing Artifact, which is a Hearthstone ripoff at this moment. It is Dota 2, the card game.
Yeah, but card games are huge right now.
Card games are huge, and actually that was one thing that a lot of people are saying is that there's a possibility of Hearthstone being one of the major contenders.
Seriously?
I don't know. I can't see it. I can't see Hearthstone being an Olympic game.
Hearthstone's too weird, man. Like it's just the random cards alone, the cards that do a random effect, like they would have to be banned from competitive play. There's no skill behind it.
No, exactly.
It's like playing Russian roulette with a fucking video game at that point. And the thing about it being qualified as an Olympic sport is it must be an even playing field for everyone participating.
So 91 Nintendo World Championships. 25th anniversary of this year.
Track and field.
There you go.
No. I don't know. This is it's such a weird thing to say esports in the Olympics, but I do agree with you. It's like everything physically, it makes sense. It's there.
And the weirdest thing is it's going to happen every 2 years. Because it's not a winter, it's not a summer. It can be both.
I can't see them. I can see them going every 4 years. Like it's going to be part of the Summer Olympics. I can't see them doing it for the winter. But I didn't think I'd be talking Olympics or esports in the Olympics. So
we can have a winter variant.
Ski free.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Don't get eaten by the Yeti.
Ski free or I don't know, Blades of Steel or something.
Oh fuck yeah.
Oh god.
Hey, Blades of Steel.
Winter-based esports games. Nice. That's
yeah. All right.
I don't know.
Like a version of like Overwatch where all the levels are icy.
Yeah. Mario physics. But they still have 7 years to figure it out. There is most likely going to be some massive new games that are going to come out between now and then.
So yeah, it is all in talks at the moment, and like I can't pronounce his name, but the co-president of the Parents Olympic Bid Committee has been talking with the IOC, and it's like we don't want them to say no right off. We don't want this from no at the beginning. We want them to find out what's working for esports, pull this over to the Olympics. And it does make sense that they're even looking at it, because if we're going to look at the 2017 Intel Extreme Masters World Championship, that is a lot to read off it.
That's a long-ass name.
That was 46 million unique viewers online. And
Intel's not doing too well right now, so yeah.
With even that, yeah, it's like, wow, that's pretty impressive. It's like, it's shallow considering it was 3.5 billion according to the IOC for the Rio 2016 Summer Olympics, but that number adding into what they have, and the fact that that number, that 3.5 billion, has been decreasing as every year almost.
The Intel tournament thing, was it the first year?
I believe so. I haven't actually
more
onto that.
Was this on regular public television, or did they actually have to?
This was Twitch, YouTube, online broadcasts.
There you go. This is still a new medium.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe that's all that they really need for the Olympics, is to go, hey, the Olympics are going to be on Twitch this year. I'm sure a lot of people are going to tune into that, because look how many people tune in for Bob Ross, the Power Rangers, when that was on.
Yeah, well, but
these special events grab people on Twitch.
You're comparing the Olympics to making happy little trees?
I guess I am.
It's not even a fucking contest, okay? You know what happens when someone fucks up the dismount in the Olympics? They fucking lose. You know what happens when Bob Ross fucks up? It becomes a happy little tree.
Yeah, he just plops a little dead body behind it.
That too.
All right, what else is going on? We'll see what happens.
So aside from that, we have some stats to talk about here in regards to Rainbow Six Siege and Final Fantasy 14 online. So
not 15.
Not 15, 14. So Final Fantasy 14 has Square Enix announced they have reached 10 million subscribers onto that game, and that's for paying subscribers and people who have created free accounts. And 10 million people playing Final Fantasy 14 online.
Yeah, that's WoW at its peak numbers.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. So we're wondering if it's actually going to be higher at any point in time. Get moved forward, or is that where Final Fantasy is going to just?
It's a fucking rubber band, right? Like,
yeah.
All they need is one bad patch or one bad expansion,
and then they start losing.
Snap the fuck back.
That is true, and the latest expansion actually has been doing quite good. Stormblood, or Storm something.
Something or other.
Something Storm. I have it here. Just
Rise of the Storm.
But there was a decent update with it. Plus, there's a major event going on for summer. Looks like it's going to be pretty damn great. Looks like at the moment we're going to have a lot more going for it, and this is surprising because if you look at Final Fantasy 14 when it first launched, a lot of people hated
launch ever.
It was bad. So bad it had to go to a Realm Reborn, which just wiped everything and started over. So that wipe was exactly what Square Enix needed for Final Fantasy 14 to be somewhat successful. And we
fucked up so bad.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. We fucked it up. Let's fix it. And it worked. They made it better. Now, if they can only do that with the Comrades DLC for Final Fantasy 15, we're going to have something really cool on our hands. So, 10 million is a big number, but that also pales in comparison to Ubisoft right now, who announced that they had 20 million people playing Rainbow Six. That is an insane.
That is a hard number to. That is a hard number to believe.
That is.
Let's be fucking honest here.
Do they have
20 million people are playing a game that's that old?
Yeah. Do they really have that many available servers?
I mean, 20 million people? I doubt very much that the Rainbow Six could support fucking WoW and Final Fantasy numbers.
Yeah, all at once.
So this is the thing. This isn't the best part because they also mentioned
it sales.
Unlike the Final Fantasy release that they mentioned, where it was 10 million, they didn't add how many people log in every day. And this is what Ubisoft has mentioned. Ubisoft has said it was 2.3 million people logging in every day.
That makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Is the 20 million sales?
The 20 million is people who have played.
Okay, people who have bought the game and played.
Yeah,
at least logged on once.
At least logged on.
Total...
And there's 2.3 daily that come in.
Yeah.
That's okay. So that's the impressive part. Like when you see these numbers, like 10 million, 20 million, that's people who have logged in, have an account that's associated into the server.
That's more believable.
Oh yeah. So that is more believable, much more sustained, and Rainbow Six has been kind of a success story for Ubisoft at this time because
took a while.
Once again, look at how it was when it first launched. People hated it because it was an online only game, and
they charged full price.
Shortly after, it became fucking amazing, and people started playing it more. And then there was updates that kept it getting better, new characters being released, and now we had Operation Health, which actually boosted up the server's health and added more content. And we're getting a brand new season on top of that with 3 new fighters or 3 new operatives and new maps as well. I'm going to say, though, this is my theory of why this has done so well is because they have borrowed the Titanfall idea of take anything that is going to separate your community, your maps, anything like that say Call of Duty is charging you, and release it for free. And that's exactly what Ubisoft did. Once any new operatives came out, there was a new map to support them. When the new map came out, the map was free. The operatives you could pay for with your own money, or you could use the money you earned in the game. So transactions that worked. Wasn't, forcing you to go, oh, I need to buy this character in order to make sure I have them. I can just play the game over and over and over again until I can do it. And it was reasonably balanced out on how to get that, like how much money they were giving you, how much you were able to be redeemed, and it worked out well. And that's what I believe happened with this. It's just they did it right, and after a little bit, it just came out swinging, and people fucking loved it. I mean, it is. I'm more surprised I haven't seen esports actually pick up the game more, because it is such a big team-based game that is almost perfect for that, that it needs to be expanded on.
They don't like Ubisoft?
That's probably it. The esports don't like Ubisoft.
Fuck you, Ubisoft.
Rainbow Six Siege is one of the few games I will watch on Twitch no matter who's playing, because it's always entertaining. Like,
sure
even the person, if they suck at it, it's still entertaining to watch them die. Because if they died, it's because of their own stupidity. It just, you've seen them cut the corner. It's like, the guy's right there. Yeah, you're shot in the head. You're done. Goodbye. I don't know. It's one of the few that I will always just, even if the guys suck, I will just go back and watch.
Mm.
I don't know what.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
That's my take on that. What else do we have here?
Things.
So, Overwatch. Speaking back to Overwatch and some more esportsness, we have a new update to Overwatch happening. That's not just our summer Olympic thing that's coming back, Summer Games.
No, it's actually real content for now.
Yeah, real content, which is a new deathmatch mode. The mode that Overwatch Blizzard has said that they are not going to be throwing in is now being thrown into the game. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see how this one's going to turn out. I don't have access to the PTR because I play on console. I'm a dirty console player. But fuck's sakes, I mean, deathmatch in, like, now that we've played Overwatch, we kind of have the taste and feel of how it works. I'm very curious how deathmatch is going to work overall.
No, I still haven't picked it up because I can't get it on Steam, so fuck them. Yeah,
well, that's you. So, yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see overall. Like, deathmatch, how are the characters actually going to work when they're all on their own? Because free for all is going to be one of the options. So, a 6-character or 8-character free for all mode, and then a 6v6 team mode. So it's going to be very curious to see how that's all going to turn out. What characters are going to get the most play from there? Is it going to affect anyone else's overall stance on the game? Anything that you guys want to throw in on that one?
Not really.
Not really?
I don't know. We'll see what
it's one of those we have to sit, wait, and see.
I don't play, I don't watch, so I got no opinion either way.
So let's talk BlazBlue.
It's still way too freaking expensive. All right, what's going on with Blaze? What's going on with Arc?
So Arc System Work at EVO the other couple weeks ago, they announced BlazBlue X Tag Battle, which is a crossover game featuring BlazBlue characters, Under Night in Birth, Persona 4 Arena, and Ruby from Rooster Teeth, which, I mean, I'm fucking excited to play as a Ruby fighting game, even if it's
Ruby's probably going to be pretty good.
Oh yeah, they're probably going to be pretty damn awesome in the game.
Get that yank whooping out there.
So right now we only know about 4 characters, which is Ragna, Yu from Persona, the main character from Under Night, which I don't know, I haven't played the game, and Ruby Rose. So we have
They better put fucking Yang in there, that's all I'm saying.
Well, we only have the 4 characters, but there was an interview with Famitsu that gave us a little more insight on what else is going to be happening with the game. So the interview was with the producer of the game, and I don't want to slaughter his name. I'm going to try it anyways. Toshimichi Mori. So he has been the producer behind the BlazBlue games up to this point, and he will continue with BlazBlue X Tag Battle. So that was the first thing. He is returning as producer. It's going to be a straight console, no arcade version, so it's not going to be a port, just straight out what we get on PS4 or Xbox One. Whatever consoles it's coming out for, that is what we're getting. It will not be a sequel to the BlazBlue series or a continuation of the story.
So it's just its own thing.
Well, it's got guest stars, so it can't possibly be canon.
Yeah, exactly. It's guest stars everywhere. It's not canon. It will not play similar to the BlazBlue titles, and it will feature a brand new system. That is a little worrying. I understand though, because Persona, Under Night, those are very different fighting games. Especially if you take BlazBlue and Persona, even, because Persona had your two main attacks and Persona strikes. That very different to, BlazBlue's 3 different strengths and whatever special power you have.
Are they going to give you a 4?
I don't know. Maybe. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Take a look at it this way, right? How many minimum would they need to match all of the franchises, right? Because let's get one thing straight. Like, Ruby's in there, and all of their fighting scenes in Ruby tend to have, like, really awesome, unique moves.
Yeah. So it's going to be, that's going to be very interesting. I'm very interested to see how the Ruby characters are going to work out. Because, gun, melee, everything goes crazy. Yeah, so we're going to have to see how everyone just kind of goes.
Maybe they'll do like more contemporary games where you can switch your character's mode like mid-fight. You know what I mean? Like, some of them have like a more aggressive mode, and then they have like a more like defensive mode or something like that. And you use the Ruby character so you can switch from melee to ranged, essentially.
Probably. We could see that. So the other things we have, the game is designed to be pad-friendly, so it's going to be controller-friendly. Story mode is going to revolve over the crossover between the two worlds, of course. That's kind of obvious. This one's going to be interesting. The reason why they only announced the 4 franchises at this time is because, well, that is going to be the main focus. All the characters are going to be between those ones. And they want fans to go, we want this character in on the game. At the same time, they do have specific characters that they are going to set in stone. And then later on have people say, we want this person and we want this person.
Well, for Ruby, you're going to want the 4 main characters, obviously.
I'm going to say Team Pira, or Team Juniper.
I guess.
I mean, I'd go with Team Sun, but I mean, Team.
I would rather like to play with Sun Wukong.
Yeah.
I mean, nunchuck shotguns, there's just something that's really appealing to me.
So, one of the big things, there is no plan for Guilty Gear characters. So, Guilty Gear being one of the other major titles that ARC works on, that's kind of a blow to fans. But at the same time, I talked to Sly about this, and he pretty much hit it on the nose. Guilty Gear is a little too slow in comparison to BlazBlue and everyone else, all the other games. They are much faster games than Guilty. Yeah. So it kind of sucks, but understandable.
But you couldn't speed Guilty Gear up a little bit? I mean,
you probably could, especially in this regards, because many of the sprites that are already in the games don't really work well with each other. So they're reworking them. So we're going to see a lot of characters being reworked, new animation, new sprites. So that's going to be interesting to see, and especially because of that, that's where Guilty Gear could get the speed up that it needs. But
yeah, but people will probably bitch and say, "Oh, it's not. It doesn't feel right."
It's not my Guilty Gear.
Yeah, it's not right.
So the main,
I'm pretty sure Ark is going to do an amazing job with it, anyways.
yeah, and especially here with they mentioned that they're handling each franchise with the respect that they deserve, and the main target. This is the surprising part of everything that they mentioned in the interview. The main target crowd is actually for fans abroad rather than in Japan. So that is an interesting twist of words because Ark, as great as Ark is, like we love Ark 100% here.
But
they're not that well known over here, I find. Like BlazBlue, Guilty Gear, Persona, all great fighters, but
they're smaller franchises.
They're smaller franchises in compared to what we already see.
To Tekken, to Mortal Kombat, to Street Fighter.
Yeah, to the big ones that are big abroad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. Few speculations have come up because of this interview, which one is that we might get more than just Persona 4 characters out of that list. Because, we're reworking sprites. There is a chance, because of the popularity of Persona 5, we may see Joker, we may see Anne, or we may see Ryuji even thrown into the series.
Well, yeah, because how big was Persona 5?
It was fucking huge.
People are like,
the bigger
oh my
games
God.
for Atlas.
Oh, yeah. It made them crap loads of money this year.
Yeah, except they forgot how reality works.
What do you mean?
Don't you remember the podcast discussion we had? How they didn't want people to play through the game?
Oh, yeah. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
They forgot how a Let's Play works.
Don't stream the game past 11. Was it 7-11?
Yeah, somewhere around there. It
And
became one of those things that's like, fuck that.
The worst thing was there was nothing past that point. Like, there wasn't really anything big up that day.
You beat the first boss is pretty much what happened.
Yeah, but, like, I got past it, and I'm like, now what?
Yeah, no.
They said something big was going to happen.
Well,
yeah, but the ridiculous part of all of it is, if you're worried about spoilers, why are you watching the Let's Play in the first place?
Like, watch the first, 10, 20 minutes and see if, it looks interesting, but that's it.
You're like, oh shit, I forgot. I don't want to know what's going to happen.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, more or less. Okay, and that's everything I had. You mentioned, though, right before the podcast that there was something else that we wanted to talk about.
Get your bottle caps ready.
Oh, yes.
Fantasy Flight Games is releasing a new Fallout board game this winter at the end of the year. And it's supposed to have Fallout 3, Fallout 4, and both of the game's DLCs as content in it. It's up to 4 players, and you play teams of survivors banding together to explore the wastes, scrounging for junk and staying alive. Like, each player is his own team. And then from what I can see from the design and the board, it seems to be one of those tile placement games. It also looks kind of Settlers of Catan-ish, but okay. I think it's going to be more of a tile placement where it's like you put a tile, then another player puts a tile and attaches to yours, and then you put a tile and attach it to that, and then players can go explore them.
So it's kind of like the first game?
Sort of, yeah.
That you would go to somewhere in the grid and then explore that part of the grid?
Yeah.
Okay.
And but from what I can see from the images here, it might be that you lay the entire grid down anonymously as well, and then when you go on a certain part of the grid, you flip the tile. But that seems a little messy to me. Like in tile placement games, having a tile in the middle of a bunch of other tiles, and then you try to go there and have to flip it over, just ruins your board. You know what I mean? Whereas if you did it in a way where a tile gets revealed, like you just add the tile into the board as you go through it, it makes it a lot easier and a lot less messy.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, apparently you will be able to encounter factions and exert influence over them, because then they like expand and get more control across the map and more power. So if you're affiliated with the Knights of Steel, for example, the Brotherhood of Steel, for example, and some Brotherhood of Steel events come up, you'll be able to participate in those events or get a bigger bonus because you're allied with them, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and there also seems to be a mechanic in it where you're collecting the letters special.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For some reason, I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. Like I'm looking at the
well, you have the special system, which is your essentially your stats for different things that you have. Well, like essentially your different points that you have.
Yeah, well, from the looks on the board, it seems that like it'll be like a blank board where the letters special are faded, and then you get tokens that you can put in when you earn it. So if you earn the S, you put it in there and whatnot. There also seems to be a bunch of perk cards where you collect perks, equipment cards. I can see water here and Groknar the Barbarian comic.
Awesome.
Someone's got dog meat, combat armor, and an alien blaster.
Nice.
Cool.
A bunch of caps. I see one of the laser guns, the standard laser rifles as well. So, yeah, it looks like... I'll tell you this. Fantasy Flight Games, top-notch company. Sadly, they're owned by not so top-notch company, but the Fantasy Flight part of it is really, really good.
Cool. All right.
And from what I can see here, the picture of the minis that they've got released, they're probably beta or alpha minis. There's like a ghoul with a laser gun. There's some chick dressed in tattered clothes with what appears to be some kind of sniper rifle.
Yeah, probably a raider and whatnot.
There's a super mutant with some type of melee weapon.
Mm-hmm.
There's I want to say a Brotherhood of Steel guy, but he might not be. But he's got like a musket. And then the last one is some dude in a power armor with a big fucking Gatling cannon.
Yeah, that'd be your Brotherhood. Yeah.
Dibs.
Yeah.
I call dibs. Anyway,
to be quite honest, it's probably just like a visual representation. It's just like a you know. But yeah, you want to play as the Brotherhood of Steel guy, you can go right in.
So, let's talk about the new releases. Starting Monday, we have StarCraft Remastered for Windows. So that is a major update to the classic StarCraft that features the original game and Brood War.
Yeah, 19 years ago.
Yeah. Also,
does it still hold up?
It's 4K now.
It probably does. I mean, it's StarCraft.
Isn't everything better in 4K?
Could be. I don't know. They're redone graphics and everything.
Oh, and it's widescreen.
And widescreen, yeah. So that should be very, very interesting.
And it's only $15.
That is very nice. A nice price for that remastered.
It's a bargain.
And you can get the if you want to play the original Windows 98 version, you can just download that for free from Blizzard. Yeah. So, you know, you have choices. Also, we have Agents of Mayhem, the new spin-off sequel to Saints Row.
No. Yeah, I'll go with spiritual successor a bit more.
It is legitimately a sequel, though, because one of the stories, the ending of Gat Out of Hell, actually can lead up to Agents of Mayhem. So
yeah, because it's
So yeah, it's very interested to see how that one's going to turn out. We also have City Skylines for PS4, Matterfall for PS4. Nidhogg 2, the fencing fighting game, which I actually got to review this one, and a lot of fun. Expect a review on Monday. We also have Night Trap 25th Anniversary Edition.
Wrong.
Something no one demanded.
No, something nobody wanted, or nobody knew that they wanted anyways. I kind of want to pick it up now just because, why not?
What's wrong with you?
Because I never got to experience the original Night Trap, and now I'm curious why was it such a bet?
That's like saying, I've never swallowed a cyanide capsule before. I think I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Okay?
I don't know. I feel like it's more like I've never watched The Room before, and you kind of have to do it.
No, you don't. I've never watched The Room, and my life.
It's a horrible movie.
I feel my life is better for it.
We also have a horror game that I'm actually really excited for, Observer, for Windows, PS4, Xbox One. This one stars the Ruhlhager. I can't fucking pronounce his name. He was the guy. He was the guy in Blade Runner, the main replicant, and he's also the hobo with a shotgun. Just throwing out random titles that a random title that no one ever heard before.
What?
Hobo with a shotgun.
Hobo? I have 2 copies of that.
Yeah, but we're also from Atlantic Canada, where it was filmed.
Yeah, man,
I should have said what?
The boys are in that thing.
I should have I should have said what? Blade Runner?
That would have been the funnier joke, yes.
I should have said that.
We also have Sonic Mania coming out for Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Sudden Strike 4 for PS4, and Pillars of the Earth Book 1 from the Ashes for Windows, Mac, Linux, PS4, and Xbox One. So, an actual decent release week. So, if I'm going to pick out the game to be excited for this week, though, definitely Agents of Mayhem, because it's Saints Row with superheroes and secret agents and awesomeness.
I thought the one with superheroes was 4.
This is the extending off the superheroes. It's gonna be pretty damn awesome. It's gonna be superheroes without having to do the whole fucking Matrix program thing.
We'll see.
Yeah, I could be completely wrong, of course. I have been in the past, but we'll see. We'll have to just wait and see. All right. And that is it for the podcast this week. So
I'd like to add something, though.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Next weekend is the quote-unquote 3 best days in gaming. Next weekend is Gen Con. So it's like the big gaming convention. So many new games are going to be debuting or being demoed there, including the new L5R. So the little beholder here would like you very much to watch coverage of Gen Con and enjoy.
I think that is actually probably the geekiest thing we just done on the podcast ever.
Oh, I could do worse.
I know. I'm just saying that has right now set the bar at what we have. So, yeah, there we go. All right, and once again, would like to thank our sponsor, HostGator. Remember, use our coupon code GameItAll for 25% off your first purchase.
Cool.
Or GameItAll.com. I'm Lucas Grimm.
Hey, what up? It's Pino 25.
And I'm Fatter Phil.
And thank you all for watching. You guys have a great night.
Yeah.